Hi, this is Joel Arena, and you're listening to the Habs Lunch on TSN 69.
I'm going to use the word to defer the puck handling decision to Hudson. I think it just puts him in a better place. I don't know if it's because there's less pressure than when he was playing less or on a third pairing. But, it's worked out. It's worked out, and all he does offensively, and I'm saying all he does, it's not an easy task, is he finds shooting lanes. He's good. Jaden Struble is good at finding shooting lane. So he would be the easy answer, but I don't think he's the easy player to take out of the lineup.
The Canadiens have an upcoming problem at hand. Welcome back to Habs Lunch, Campbell versus Gallo. Kaden Guhle is ready to return. Could be as soon as the start of the road trip or mid-road trip. He's on the trip with the team. That non-contact jersey has come off. Who comes out of the lineup? You asked 2 months ago, it would have been Jaden Struble. And you just heard from RDS's Mark Denis that Struble and Hudson has been a match made in heaven. And trying to find that pairing for Lane Hudson, playing right side, left side, Matheson, Savard they started the season with. They tried a little bit with Carrier. But the one that has fit of late has been Jaden Struble. But there's no way that you can't put Kaden Guhle in the lineup. What do the Canadiens do on the blue line? It's Habs Lunch, Campbell versus Gallo.
Well, here's the big problem, all right? It's very simple.
It's a good problem, but it's a problem.
No, but what I'm saying is, here's the problem for fans. So I think it's very easy to say that Matheson, Hudson, and Carrier are locks to stay in the lineup. And then your question marks become Struble, Xhekaj, and Savard as you're trying to fit Guhle back in. Goule's a lock to play as well, right? He's one of the top 4 defensemen on the team. So we're looking at the play around the edges now. And where I say it's a problem is this is not a popularity contest. Mm-hmm. This is about which 6 defensemen are going to give you the best chance to win. And in my mind, if you're going by that barometer, if that's what you're doing to make your decision, the guy who has to come out is Xhekaj. Xhekaj's removal has the least amount of impact on the rest of the team. And this is why I talk about popularity contests. I know people are going to be upset when Xhekaj is scratched because, Campbell, he fights people and he punches people in the head. And he's got that physical element that other players on the Canadiens don't have. And I understand why people like Arber Xhekaj. I like Arber Xhekaj. I think he's played really well this year. I think he's made improvements in a lot of different areas of his game. He's been a solid contributor. But he's the number 7. He is the number 7. Jaden Struble is more advanced than Arber Xhekaj is. Struble also, by the way, provides a pretty physical style.
Yeah.
He is very, very strong as far as on his skates and being able to push people around. He's willing to drop the gloves as well. Is he as much of an enforcer type as Xhekaj? No. But if we are just trying to evaluate, give me 6 defensemen, which 6 together give the best chance for the Montreal Canadiens to win games, I think those 6 include Struble and Savard, and not Xhekaj.
See, there's a couple things, and I get what you're saying here. There's a couple things that I'm gonna look at. So let's say Goule's in, right? Goule's in right away. Mm-hmm. You're playing him with Savard?
Why not?
See, to me, Guhle needs to be higher in the lineup than playing with Savard.
Why?
Because he's a top 4 defenseman. But then you get into the complications of you don't want to touch Carrier and Matheson. That pairing looks like it's working out very well and reliable. And then you get in that question. Can you put Guhle? This is the big question that you can ask. Can Guhle do exactly what Struble is doing, if not better? Now, I understand the chemistry between Struble and Hudson is working out well, and not everybody understands Lane Hudson. It does look like Struble understands him. But if you were to ask me who could do what Struble's doing but better than Struble, my answer's Guhle. Now, it would be tough to do right away, and you'd have to say you have to develop chemistry again. Do you uproot the chemistry that is built between Struble and Hudson, thinking that you might have even a better pairing with Hudson and Guhle. You're still having someone play on their off side. But if you were to ask me who could do what Struble's doing, but better, my answer is Guhle. So then, is Struble as effective when he's playing with Savard or Xhekaj as he was with Hudson? If that's the only place you can put Struble, then maybe it's Struble that comes out because Guhle does what Struble does better, and then Struble is not as effective when you pair him up with David Savard.
David Savard. Boom.
So, in a long way short, I would pull Savard and put Xhekaj and Struble together because that was a pairing that started to work for Struble if you go back to December.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that, though.
I don't think they're going to do that, but that's the question I'm asking. The chemistry is there with Lane Hudson and Struble. I am not denying it.
Who's gonna
Who's a better defenseman?
Who's gonna take the penalty kill minutes from Savard?
Guhle.
I don't think Guhle can play on the penalty kill as well as Savard can.
Okay, but my question is, who do you think's a better defenseman, Struble or Guhle?
Guhle.
Could Guhle do what Struble's doing with Lane Hudson?
I don't know. I don't know because the chemistry is there.
So
I wouldn't break it up.
That's the question. You have the idea that you want to put in a player that's better than another player. I think he's better than him. I think that he can do all those things that Struble's doing. But the question of chemistry is I don't know. So maybe that's why it takes a little while here. Do you put him with, to go your path, put him with take Xhekaj out. You put him with Savard, get your legs back. Don't worry, we're going to play you 16 minutes, 17 minutes. Now you're starting to see the real Guhle that you don't want to play 17 minutes. You want to play 21, 22 minutes.
Well, that's fine. You can play him as much as
so
you
as
want
much as
at that
we're asking
point.
about the next game, I'm thinking about the next 10 games.
Yeah, but Campbell, you're not going to have a game where everybody's firing on all cylinders and
No.
everyone's perfect. You can adjust your ice time throughout the course of a game based on who you see as a coach is going and not going. There's going to be games where Guhle deserves a little bit more. You'll find a way to give it to him. I'm not going to break up the pairing of Struble and Hudson because maybe the pairing can be even better. You know, the pairing's been great. It's going to be great and then maybe a little bit better than great. The pairing, though, Struble and Hudson has been great. Don't tinker with it. I think you're starting to overthink things at that point.
No, I'm not overthinking. I'm just trying to make the team better because, look, when the team's not great, it's just middle of the pack right now. It's working well for them. The defense is working well. So I agree with you, but long term, when Kaden Guhle starts hitting his stride, he's got to play more than Struble.
And the other thing about taking Savard out, now you're forcing two defensemen onto their offside.
Struble did play a lot on his off, so did Guhle. It's not ideal, but don't you want to have the best lineup?
I want the best lineup, but I think the best lineup wouldn't feature 5 left-hand shots and 1 right-hand shot.
So then it comes down to you go down your path with Xhekaj, but the moment that Struble has that hiccup and Guhle hits his stride, you're going to have a quick switch. It's going to be Guhle up there. Struble comes down. He won't be as confident. He'll probably make one other mistake. He's out, and Xhekaj's back in.
Maybe.
That is the path that will happen is likely Guhle comes in for Xhekaj. They play 2 to 3 games like that. Struble has a little bit of a hiccup. Guhle gets the more minutes. Struble drops down to number 5 and 6 with Savard. And then in 3 games, because he lost a little confidence and plays 13 minutes, Xhekaj's back in lineup. And then Struble's number 7. That is the path that I actually see happening. And I'm talking about not just the next game. The next game, I'm with you. Long term, I don't know if this Struble-Hudson is something that we'll see long term.